Right, you guys, so what you see before you are two granny squares. Right here is the classic granny square, and right here is the square that we will be using for crochet 2024 crochet block of the month. So this is the one we're going to do the tutorial on. So let's jump right into it. All right, so now I have my yarn for you guys so you can see it. Let's get that out of there. Let's put that up there. So I'm going to do my slip knot. And however you do your slip knot, we're going to chain 4. Now with this, you can do the magic ring if you like. If that's what you're comfortable with, you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I'm going to take my hook and I'm going to put it in the first chain. And I am going to yarn over and I'm going to make a slip knot. I'm going to yarn over, and pull it all the way through to make my ring. Okay? And then I'm going to chain 2, 1 and 2. And then I'm going to put 2 double crochets inside of my ring here. And that's going to create our first cluster of double crochets. So we have 3 double crochets, and what we're making is, you can see it better on this one right here, we're making that cluster right there. There we go. And so we're going to chain 1. I'm going to put that there. Go, go, go. So we're going to chain 1. And we're going to make another cluster, which is 3 double crochets, chain 1. Okay? So 1, 2, and 3. And you know, sometimes, just a little bitty tip, sometimes if you can't see your work in some things, you can just pull it apart and you will be able to see your stitches and what that all entails of right there. And so I'm going to do another cluster. 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to chain 1. And so I have 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to create another cluster. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to chain 1. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We should have 4 clusters, and we chain 1. So now we're going to take our hook and slip stitch into our first stitch right here. Okay, and so how you know you did this properly is you could go to your spaces where you did your chain 1 and you can spread those out and look for the cross. And so the cross is right there. And that's how you know it's done properly. Okay, so now we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. And so we are going to put, where we slip stitched, we are going to put a double crochet right there. Okay, so go ahead, put your double crochet. So that gives us 2. And so in our next stitch, we are going to put a double crochet. And that gives us 3 double crochets. You should have 3 double crochets. Okay, excuse me. And so now we're to our space. And in our space, we are going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So go ahead and do that motion. I'm going to go ahead and do that. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, chain 1, and then the next 2 double crochets in there. And so that's what that looks like in your space. And so now we're going to be working in our next stitch, and sometimes you have to move that over a little bit to get to your next stitch. Okay, so you want to yarn over and you want to place that in your next stitch. So sometimes you probably have to move that double crochet over. You see, this is the space right here, and then this right here is your next stitch right there. Okay, and so now we're going to do what we did before. We're going to put 3, I'm sorry, not 3, but we're going to put a double crochet in this stitch here, right here, and then we'll do another stitch right there. I'm sorry, another double crochet. Let me do that. So a double crochet in the next stitch, and then yarn over and a double crochet in the next stitch. And that gives us 3 double crochets. Okay, and so now we're back to our space, and we're going to put 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and then double crochet and double crochet, and we are back. That was just our space. So now we are back to our 3 double crochets in each stitch. Okay, so I'm going to slide that over just a tad bit in that space, and I'm going to put my double crochet in that first double crochet, and then double crochet in the next stitch, a double crochet in the next stitch, and that will be our 3 double crochets in our 3 stitches here. So now we're back to our space again. So we 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets. And if I'm going a little too fast for you guys, you can slow it down. If you look on here, and you'll see a gear icon, you can go in there and slow it all down for you. Okay, so I was in my space and I did the 2 double crochet, chain 1, 2 double crochets. Okay, and so now we're back to our 3 stitches. So we're going to put a double crochet in each one of those stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now we're all back, and we are going to put, oh, you know what? See, I messed up, guys. I forgot to move this over right here and place my first stitch. It is so easy to do because your cluster right here, your 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets covers up that first stitch right there, if you can see it. And so I'm gonna slide that over a little bit, and I am going to put it, there we are, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so now I'm to my space. I'm pulling it apart so you can see it. And so right here, this is our space. And so we're going to do what we did before, 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets, and that'll make our final corner. I'm going to chain 1, and then we're going to put our 2, right, and so now we just need to slip stitch, okay, in our first stitch. And there we are. How pretty. Okay, so with the block of the month, we need to actually go around 4 times for the size of what we're using for the 2024 crochet block of the month. And you can make this bigger if you want, but for the block of the month, we are doing just the 4 rounds. So I'll do one more round with you guys. It's really super simple. We are going to chain 2, and then where you slip stitch, you are going to put your double crochet in that slip stitch. Okay, and then in the next 2 stitches, you're going to put a double crochet. Right? So we have our 3 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, because the chain 2 and then our 2. And so now you go to your space. Well, no, I'm sorry, guys. Here, so I did the first, the chain 2, the double crochet in the next stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, and then we have 1 more stitch. I was not going to edit this out. This is real life right here, guys. Because I want you guys to succeed. Just, you know, things are not perfect. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, so then you go to your next stitch and you put a double crochet into your stitches. So each stitch you have, you put a double crochet, and when you come to your space, you put 2 double crochets, 1, 2, and then chain 1, and then 2 double crochets. There we go. And then we want to like slide that over, making sure we find our stitch. So you want to put your stitch in every stitch. You want to put a double crochet until you get to your space. When you get to your space, you're going to do the same thing again. You're going to do 2 double crochets, chain 1, 2 double crochets.